morning, students. Today we will see the various types of inputs, or we will discuss about desired input, what is desired input, modifying input, and interfering input. So in a block diagram, you can see there is a desired input that is indicated by RD, then modifying input that is indicated by RM, and interfering input that is indicated by RI. Also, in a block, next block, so GD that is indicated, it is a transfer function for desired input. So GD, it is a transfer function for desired input. Then GI, it is a transfer function that is for interfering input RI. And GMD and GMI, these are the transfer functions for modifying inputs. And another, there is a summing point, that is there, from that you will get the output. So we will see another block diagram. So here it is, the desired input RD, it is shown, then the interfering input at the bottom RI, it is shown, and modifying input RD, that is shown. Then the transfer functions GD for desired input RD, and the transfer function GI for interfering input RI, it is shown. And at the middle, the transfer functions GMD and GMI for modifying inputs RD, it is shown. And at the right hand side, there is a summing point. Okay, at the top there is a output component due to desired and modifying inputs, and at the bottom there is a output component due to interfering and modifying output, it is shown. Okay, the circle with a cross in it represents the summing point, that is shown at the right hand side. The two plus signs shown indicate that the output of the summing point is the sum of the instantaneous values of its two inputs. An instrument or the measurement system may be subjected to desired, interfering, and modifying inputs, and therefore the output is the sum of instantaneous output components resulting from these inputs. Now we will see one by one what is desired input, what is interfering input, and what is modifying input. Okay, so the first, it is a desired input. So desired inputs are defined as the quantities for which the instrument or measurement system is specifically designed to measure and respond. Okay, so as shown in the block diagram, the desired input RD produces an output component CD that is equal to GD and RD. GD means it is a transfer function for desired input, and RD means it is a desired input. So input into transfer function, you will get the output in accordance with an input-output relationship symbolized by a mathematical operator GD, which is defined as transfer function. So GD is necessarily a mathematical operation to get an output from a desired input. So GD, it is a mathematical operation to get the output from the desired input. The transfer function GD is therefore representative of a wide range of functions, from a constant in the case of linear systems to a statistical function used for statistical measurement. Okay, so this is regarding the desired input. You will get desired output CD equal to GD into RD. GD means it is a transfer function for desired input, and RD means it is a desired input. So input, desired input into transfer function, you will get the desired output. Okay, now we will see the next parameter, that is interfering inputs. Now interfering inputs represent quantities to which an instrument or measurement system becomes unintentionally sensitive. The instruments or measurement systems are not designed to respond to interfering inputs, but they are an output, or they give an output due to interfering inputs because of their principle of working, design, and many other parameters or factors like environment in which they are placed. The interfering input Ri is operated upon a transfer function Gi to produce an output Ci equal to Gi into Ri as like desired input. So Gi means it is a transfer function for interfering input. Gi, it is a transfer function for interfering input. Ri, it is a interfering input which produces the interfering output, that is represented by Ci. Now we will see what is modifying inputs. So modifying inputs are defined as inputs which cause a change in input-output relationship for either desired inputs or interfering inputs or for both. Thus, a modifying input Rm is an input that modifies Gd and or Gi. So modifying input that will modify the Gd, that is transfer function for desired input, and transfer function for interfering input. The symbols GMD and GMI represent the specific manner in which Rm affects Gd and Gi respectively. These symbols GMD and GMI are interpreted in the same general way as GM and GI. Okay, now we will see one example of desired input, interfering input, and modifying input. So you can see on a screen. So consider the case of measurement of differential pressure of a fluid with the help of U-tube manometer using mercury as a manometric fluid. Okay. So first, desired input example you can see on a left hand side. So that is the example of desired input. The pressures applied at the two ends of U-tube are P1 and P2. Okay, so differential pressure is P equal to P1 minus P2, and it is given by following expression. So P equal to P1 minus P2 equal to G into X into rho m, where G is the gravitational constant and rho m, it is a density of mercury. Okay, and X, that is the difference in a level. Okay, so P1 and P2 are the desired inputs, while the scale reading X is the output. So the product G into rho m relates the output with the input. Okay, the next is interfering input. So interfering input, in this case, suppose if the P1 equal to P2, the differential pressure is 0, and therefore output, that is scale reading X, should be 0. However, in some cases, when P1 equal to P2, the scale reading X is not 0, even if the desired input is 0. This is due to presence of interfering inputs. In the above figure, the manometer which is placed on a vehicle that is accelerating. You can see in a slide. So there is a manometer that is subjected to acceleration. Although the pressure of the two ends of the manometer are equal, a differential pressure is created on account of acceleration, and therefore the scale indicates the reading X. Thus, acceleration acts as an interfering input. Then the manometer, suppose the manometer is not properly aligned with the gravity vector, because of angle of tilt. In the next diagram, that is on your right hand side, see the diagram. Therefore, there is an output X even though there is no differential pressure, because P1 equal to P2, but there is a angle of tilt. So that manometer, it is tilted. Hence, the angle of tilt theta acts as an interfering input. Okay. Then third, the modifying input. The modifying inputs for the manometer are ambient temperature and the gravitational force. You can see at the bottom of the slide. So first, ambient temperature affects on modifying input output relationship in many ways. In that, first is changes in ambient temperature changes the length of calibrated scale. So there is a scale. So due to change in ambient temperature, the scale, there is a change in a length of the scale, thereby modifying the proportionality factor relating the input P1 minus P2 with output X. Okay, so we have to give the proportional factor. Okay, then next is changes in ambient temperature changes the value of density of the mercury, rho m. So value of density of the mercury, it gets changed due to change in ambient temperature. So for that, again we have to introduce a proportionality factor. Okay, so we have to change the input output relationship for modifying input, and therefore proportionality factor relating the input with the output is changed. Next point, that is regarding the modifying input, a change in gravitational force due to the changes in location of manometer. If the location of manometer, if it is changed, then again we have to introduce the proportionality factor. So it leads to modification of input output for desired input. So G, that is gravitational force, can be also a interfering input due to angle of tilt. So modification is also necessary. Thus it is observed that effects of both the desired and interfering inputs may be modified. So we'll see one example, that is for interfering and modifying inputs. So in this case, that is shown in a slide, there is a interfering inputs. The 60 Hz magnetic field induces the voltage in a strain gauge circuit. The gauge temperature causes a change in gauge resistance, cause a voltage output even if there is a no strain. So temperature causes a differential expansion of the gauge which gives rise to the strain. So that is an example of interfering input. Modifying input, some proportionality factor that you can see on a right hand side, that we have to introduce for modifying the output or to change the input output relationship due to the desired input and interfering inputs. So the gauge factor, it is sensitive to the temperature. The battery voltage also changes the proportionality factor. Another example that you can see, there is a measurement of strain due to applied force on the specimen by the use of strain gauge. So in that case, desired input. So desired input means the measurand is the desired input. So quantity that to be measured, that will be the desired input. So for which the instrument that is designed and to respond. Here the desired input, that will be the gauge strain. When force is applied on a specimen, that is on a strain gauges, there is a change in electrical resistance. So electrical resistance, that will be the desired output that have to observe. Okay, now the interfering inputs, the temperature of strain gauge is an interfering input in a strain measurement of a specimen. It is due to temperature, there is a change in gauge resistance even no load it is applied. Okay, suppose load is not applied, but due to temperature there is a change in a gauge resistance, strain gauge resistance. Then due to different material used for gauge as well as specimen. There is a change in gauge resistance due to different thermal expansion coefficient of two materials. Okay, so that is regarding the interfering input. Then modifying input, in that case the factor modifies the input output relationship. That factor, it is a gauge factor. So some proportionality factor that we have to introduce. Okay, so to nullify the interfering as well as desired input. Okay, so the gauge temperature, that will be the modifying input. Okay, so this is regarding the desired input, interfering input and modifying input. Thank you.